if the numbers are correct. It's interesting. So total supply, huge. If the OA, if 90% belongs to the OA, huge amount. Benevolent well, we believe, you know, all that stuff. Less than, and then he's breaking down less than 10% in true circulation. Much smaller number than these, right? And then if there's a bunch of it staked or loaned or, you know, validator, tied up in validation and so on, then, you know, we could say 35% liquid maybe. And then of that liquid, what's actually on the market could be a much smaller amount. So that's interesting, right? And so basically this video just goes over a lot of different of the, you know, fundamentals type of thing. A lot of different scenarios that could be good. And I took a few notes too, and I want to walk through a couple of them. So these are kind of like my thoughts mixed in with some of the notes and stuff I got from his video. So first thing I wanted to say is if there's 150 plus projects building on PulseChain, let's say there's 100, whatever the number is, that means hundreds of developers, maybe thousands on PulseChain at launch. So again, if these numbers are accurate as far as the supply and the stuff, apparently none of those developers care about the OA holding a majority of the supply, and they truly believe the centralization of price, not mining, not validating. We want, you know, we value decentralization for the nodes and stuff, but the centralization of price, one of the core tenets of Richard's projects, right? And the benevolence of the mega whales, such as the OA, Godwell, all those folks. That's just this bullish realization I had this morning. This video just made me think of that too. I was like, there's so many developers and so many projects we're already launching with. It's just, it kind of takes a while to kind of peel that onion back, but that's amazing. All those people believe in it. And if you think for every developer, you know, there's, I don't know, I'm just pulling these numbers out of my butt, but like every developer, there's 100 users or something, you know, every developer, there's 1,000 users, whatever you want to say. That's a lot of people who are just bought into the system. And the whole centralization of price narrative with benevolent whales, this is some, I mean, Nobel Prize, I don't know, like this will be a super interesting case study in the future. They'll probably be teaching it in crypto classes for new founders or whatever in universities or courses or whatever. It's amazing. It's amazing. So that was cool. Thought about that. And the sellers and buyers, I covered this a little bit earlier too, but you know, we don't know how many sellers there's going to be. We know there's going to be a lot of buyers that they get sacked, most likely. But probably 2 to 3 weeks before some of these projects are available. So we think that generally the consensus is PulseChain is going to launch, and then liquid loans, Power City, all this stuff. There'll probably be a lot of volatility, so they may not launch immediately. They may take a few weeks for them to launch. So that's time to shake out the ultra weak hands. Everybody just wants to dump. Boom, they get to dump, you know, the first few weeks before they can actually even have a chance to lock some of it up, if they're planning on doing that for loans or for you know, to mint stable coins and all that type of stuff, all the services that some of the community projects offer. And then after that, the weak hands, the strong hands, diamond hands, they can lock it up or otherwise put their coins in cold storage for 1 or 2 years, whatever the plan is. So the first 2 months, I think are going to be fascinating to watch on launch, because we won't have all the utilities available to us yet immediately. A lot of the ratio trading is going to happen. People's bags can be switched around if they participate in it. What's Hex going to do? You know, flawless launch, hopefully. First couple months are going to be insane. And then, yeah, what if first couple months, insane volatility, maybe a bunch of X's, maybe a dump after that, and then accumulation phase, or maybe I mean, this is like the most exciting thing in crypto. So based on the macro environment, a lot of money on the sidelines, a lot of capital getting unlocked at launch. What if they're like, nope, we just ain't going to sell. If you want it, you got to pay the big price. What if we all just hold out for 100x, 200x, 1000x? What if nobody sells? You know, nobody meaning not nobody, but like what if there's not a lot of selling compared to a lot of other launches? What if this launch is different? Or what if it's not? Either way, as I mentioned earlier, you can have strategies and profit regardless of what happens. If there's a dump, you know what you can do. If there's a run up, you have a plan. If you just want to lock everything up for 2 years, you know, as long as you got to hold on maybe for a little bit to get access to some of these products to do that. Or if you just want to send it to a cold wallet, put an old fashioned, you know, lock and key on it or whatever, you can do it. So opportunities are insane. It's all up to you. It's great. Another point, community. People aren't leaving PulseChain anytime soon. And I say that meaning they just got here, especially the devs, especially the people who, you know, a lot of the PulseChain people are hexagons. They have a long-term mindset. This is the first growth cycle. This is the green pastures everywhere. This is price discovery. This is seeing what people are going to do, minting new whales. The community, as far as, you know, there's going to be a lot of people that dump and never talk about PulseChain again. You know, are those the people we want in long term, or do we want the people who you know, stick around and have a longer time horizon? Chances are, a lot of the hexagons who know the game, they've been in hex, they know how to make profit. They're going to try to apply some of that knowledge and learning to PulseChain. They'll be around for a while.